We all know the feeling. You're watching your favorite UFC fighter make his walk out into the octagon. You're filled with excitement, but you still have a slight tinge of anxiety. He goes onto the canvas, and boom, just like that, your week is ruined. He's chinned, he's out cold, he tears his ACL, he's tapping like a chicken, whatever it is. Your week is ruined. You've never felt worse in your entire life. You turn off the TV, don't even listen to the post-fight interview, and go to bed. Everybody knows that feeling. But not every single MMA fan is made the same. Some fan bases experience more pain than any of us could possibly imagine. And that's what I'll be going over today. The most painful UFC fandoms in the entirety of the UFC. If you're a McGregor fan, I don't know how you're still making it. Like, it's been a bad, not just this week. It's been a bad couple years for you guys. First off, obviously, we have the Holloway fight. Tore his ACL through 2 jumping switch kicks. What's he doing? But that's not it. Then we have the Dustin Poirier fight. Tears his shin in half. Breaks his shin in half. You've been excited for this fight. It's the return of Conor McGregor. It's one of the most hyped fights in his career. Rips his leg in half. Most painful injury, horrible to watch. He's on the ground saying, I can't do a McGregor accent, but you know what I mean. He's on the ground yapping with Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's taking a seat with him, okay? Not just that. Then we have Cokehead McGregor. You got Cokehead, Drughead McGregor. You had the rape allegations. All of these things. You can't even support the guy. You can't even say he's a good guy when he's doing all this stuff. Okay, so you have Cokehead McGregor, you have Dustin Poirier McGregor, but that's not it. Every single time McGregor edits are mentioned, anytime McGregor is even thought to have been brought up, you see a picture of Khabib owning him or choking him out every time. People don't acknowledge that was the hardest fight of Khabib's career. No. He just made Conor tap like a chicken. And that was his most hyped fight, and he lost it after the Floyd Mayweather fight. People don't talk about the Floyd Mayweather fight, how that was one of Floyd Mayweather's hardest fight as a boxer versus a UFC fighter. But again, McGregor fans have it rough. I'm sorry for you guys. Then we have Poirier. We know why. It's going to be bad, my ninja. Okay, that was not good. But most people have forgiven him for that. But I'm talking about real pain here. Losing an MMA fight is way worse than getting arrested. Every single title fight, Khabib, Charles Oliveira, Islam, choked out every single time. That's evil. Okay, you can't. It's okay to lose every title challenge. Plenty of people have done that, but Poirier got choked out brutally. Never got close to the title. Every time he got close, he either got KO'd or choked out. Horrible. Poirier fans are constantly reaching at diamonds, but never reaching them. That's why it sucks. Then we have any African UFC fighter. Now I'm focusing on the African champs, but this really applies to any of them. There'll be like a hyped one, and then they'll get fraud checked. It's like clockwork now. But first, we have Usman. Usman's probably one of the better ones, but goodness gracious, you got KO'd by Leon Edwards. Seeing this live, like seeing Usman dominate Leon and then just get not even chinned. He got ankled. He genuinely got ankled in the 5th round of the fight, losing it. And now every single time you open up, like look up MMA edits, you see, Leon, pull it out of the fire, Leon. And then you see your goat genuinely get flat into the canvas. It's actually evil. And then we had the Hamzat win, which was very, very close, but still doesn't look good. Hopefully he does better against DDP, but come on, man. I mean, you guys are in lots of pain. Then we have probably the worst one, Israel Adesanya. I'm not even going to talk about the dog stuff. I'm not even going to talk about the fingernail stuff. We got Sean Strickland. Embarrassed. Okay. One of the most dominant champions, Israel Adesanya. Except for his Alex Pereira loss, he was one of the more dominant champions in UFC history. Like, he had a relatively long reign. One of the greatest strikers of all time. Gets schooled by some racist white boy. Then we have Amanov. Chins him. And then we have Joe Pyfer. A literal body cam off Joe Pyfer dominates Israel Adesanya, curls him up in a ball. If you were an Adesanya fan and you were watching this, I don't know how you watched it. I would assume that you turned it off because these were just some of the most horrific falls from graces we've ever seen in the UFC. Then we have Nagano. Now, a lot of people are saying, Nagano was UFC champion. He beat all the people. John Jones avoided him. Okay. But Nagano left the UFC. Ruined his legacy, got KO'd by Anthony Joshua. Chin, straight chin, like out cold. Ugh. Okay, taken on an ambulance. And now guess what he's cursed to do? He's forced to fight literal, not even unranked UFC heavyweights. These are like amateur UFC heavyweights that Ngannou has to take on now because that's the only competition outside the UFC. I feel bad for him. And you have to defend him, like saying that he was going to build up African MMA and just scamming them, doing one event and then leaving forever. Wasn't he not even on the Africa card? You guys have it rough. You guys definitely have it rough. Oh, okay. We got ahead. Okay. Then we have Yuri Prochazka. This one hits close to home because I'm a Yuri Prochazka fan. He's probably one of my favorite UFC fighters. Alex Piro won. Shins him out cold. Left hook starts it. Alex Piro 2. Shins him in the first round with a left hook and then takes his head off with a head kick. Then we have Yuri. Then we have Olberg. Olberg takes him out. I think that's Dominic Reyes. I don't know why I put that. You know what I mean. He did the same thing. Olberg tears his ACL, blows his knee apart. Okay, he Conor McGregored in a title fight, and Yuri goes, no honor in finishing an injured opponent. Let's stand and bang. Yuri, kill him. Yuri, murder him. Yuri, have some freaking samurai killer instinct, okay? You're my goat. You're my last Catholic samurai. Knock his leg off the freaking bone, Yuri. Put him in a knee bar. Put him in a flying knee bar, Yuri. Come on. Now we have this boring-ass dude as champion. If you're an Olberg fan, please comment, because I don't think any of you exist. I'm going to keep it a 100% Buckarooski. Then we have Pantoja. This one isn't that bad because Pantoja is the flyweight goat. So you guys have that. But then we have the Joshua Van fight. The way people talk about the Joshua Van fight, you would think Joshua Van Cody Garbrandted him. You would think that Joshua Van dominated him in a 5-round main event, pieced him up. He broke his arm in like the first 10 seconds of the fight. And people are talking like Joshua Van beat him. Like, Joe, can't get injured. What are we talking about? Joshua Van's like, yeah, if he wants the belt, he can try to challenge it. Like he's the legitimate challenger. Like Pantoja hasn't went on like an 11 fight, hasn't had like 11 title defenses. Joshua Van beats one Tairutsa Taira, who should have won, by the way. Tairutsa Taira could be on this list. He's probably right next to Pantoja. If you're a Tairutsa Taira fan, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. That was bad. That hurt for me to watch. But Pantoja, come on. You gotta every single time you post a Pantoja, people are talking like Joshua Van owns this dude. But when Pantoja comes back and shins Joshua Van, chokes him out in one round, because if Tatsuro Taira has good grappling and can put Joshua Van in bad situations, Pantoja's going to show him levels. Okay, he's literally the cannibal, bro. He's literally the cannibal. And another funny thing about Joshua Van is, like, he lives in meat. Okay, I'm not even going to go on that rant. Cody Garbrandt. You guys genuinely had one moment. You guys had one good... Cody Garbrandt fans have had one good day in the last decade. Every single fight he fights. He got finished by Kai Kara France, bro. They had one good day. And they just got to talk like, dude, greatest UFC fighter for 25 minutes in like a close fight, okay? Greatest UFC fighter for 25 minutes. And has never ever been anywhere close to even a ranked fighter for any other minute period that he's been in the UFC. I feel bad for Cody Garbrandt fans. They're like that one meme where it's like he hid for 30 years. Every time there's a Cody Garbrandt fight, people are posting that at it like he's going to be anywhere close to that again. I feel bad for Garbrandt fans. Then we have Aspinall. Man. Aspinall gets cucked by John Jones. Led on. Okay, he's led on for, I don't know, it was like 3 years. He was the interim champ that the champ to fight. He was led on. We were hoping for this fight, okay? And then he gets into the Gon fight. And this people talk about the Gon fight like, again, he Cody Garbrandt him. for 25 minutes. John was out there jabbing, teeping at range, you know, doing his little hoo, hoo. And now that Gon beat like a fat blubbery Alex Pereira, people are like, Aspinall's cooked, bro. It's like they had a tight first round, and then Gon eye poked him. Gon like he's the second coming of the second coming of Chael Sonnen, bro. Like, come on, come on. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. People are just ridiculous with Gon Glaze. Gon Glazers, if I could take every single Gon Glazer, because they're just John Jones Glazers, but they morphed over to Gon Glazers because it's not cool to glaze John Jones because he retired. But Aspinall fans, I feel it for you guys. Every edit you post, you got Surreal Gon people saying, Surreal Gon owns him, bro. Surreal Gon owns him. Like, come on. And then now he's like gonna go to boxing, so he might even not defend his belt. Like, oh, you're my goat. You're my goat, Tom. Why are you doing this to us? Just fight one more. Just beat Gon and then go right into the sunset, dude. I don't care. Then we have Colby Covington. Now, Colby Covington has had a bad loss streak, right? He's had a bad couple losses. He lost to Leon Edwards, didn't he? He lost to all these guys, but that's not what I want to talk about. Colby Covington, if you were a fan of Colby Covington for like his trash talk or his political views, everybody just thought that you were the most evil person on earth. Like Colby, the way people talk about Josh Hockett now, that's how people talked about Colby Covington for the new gens, okay? Colby Covington was public enemy number one. The woke left was attacking Colby Covington every chance they got. He was getting into like racial disputes with Usman, and he had one of the best, like two of the best fights of all time with Usman. And people talk about this guy as if he was just some bum off the couch. Like, Covington at his peak, if you even said the closest faint idea of a good thing about him, people would be like, they would genuinely look at you like you just said, Hail Hitler. That's how these dudes would look at you. Then we have Patchy Mix. It's the last one on the video. If you were a Patchy Mix fan, bro, so he loses to Mario Batista, which looking back isn't a bad loss. That's not a bad loss, okay? Mario Batista is an elite fighter. He's one of the better fighters in the entirety of flyweight. Not flyweight, bantamweight. Loses. It looks bad. Mario Batista at the time was just known as the Smudge Master, the Jose Aldo. He got outboxed by him. But then we get to this fight. Jacob Wicklach. Who is this guy? You lost to a Polish randomly generated UFC fighter. And you were supposed to be the dark horse of Bellator, bro. Every single Bellator fighter that comes over, how are they all so bad? Like, how are they all uniquely terrible in their own ways? MVP, most overrated UFC fighter, jiggling at range. Okay, he's like, oh, you gotta dance with me. When MVP says he wants to dance with you, it means you walk down hands up like one of his randomly generated Bellator opponents and walk in like this. And get chinned by one of his jumping triple spin kick backflips in the dome. And you break your cranial dome. But if you fight intelligently, or you don't fight like a literal retard, then he's like, you weren't playing the game. You weren't playing the game. But Patchy Mix fans, goodness, guys, I'm sorry. And now he's cut from the UFC. He got 2 fights. He lost to Jacob. How do you go from Mario Batista all the way down to Jacob Wicklach, and then you lose, bro? Like, if you were like a Patchy Mix mega fan coming into his UFC debut, I'm sorry, dude. Like, I'm genuinely sorry. I feel bad for you. But that's it for the video. We had a shorter one today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I had fun making this, okay? I'm going to make more MMA content. I'm going to try to be more consistent with it. I don't know if my mic's messed up, but I love you guys. Thank you for watching.